for this.
For the past few weeks, I know you've seen videos like this on the screen. They all come from the Sora app. And the Sora app is a crazy video generating app that is available for iOS and will soon be available for the Android platform, that you can end up uploading an image of yourself and putting yourself in all your favorite type of action scenes, cooking shows, or whatever other crazy stuff you would like to see with yourself. You can also use it to make animation styles. It's so much more. But let's get back to me on the screen. Hey guys, you see me? I'm right here and I'm right there. How did that happen? I don't know. You know what happened? The Sora AI put me there, but I'm really here in the corner. Let me change this background behind me, while we get started. Okay, what is the Sora content policies? What is not allowed on the Sora AI platform? What type of videos are you not allowed to generate with Sora? Well, I asked Sora how to do this, and that was a content violation, because Sora can't write anything on there. That's one of our content violations covered. What's another Sora content violation? Hate speech. Hey, I'm Sora version of me. Take it away, bro.
Good news. I'm here to break down the content policy violations for you. First up, hate speech, slurs, or dehumanizing language aimed at harassment.
And he couldn't even say certain groups. So you can't use this AI to target a certain group, right? So if you want anybody to get insulted in the AI, it's really got to be you, or you got to use like basic insults. You know what I mean? Or you can use Zoomer Talk. If you use Zoomer Talk, for some reason, it allows Zoomer Talk.
As it gets, check it out. If you double tap the screen, you'll stop getting content violations. 6, 7, 6, 7.
Talk now, but I still frown upon hate speech. Yeah, no hate speech. No hate speech. No hate speech. I only hate haters over here. Okay, what's our second content policy violation we got to worry about?
Or doxing, targeted abuse or leaking private info.
So you can't do any harassment. Don't dox nobody. Don't use the Sora AI platform to target and harass anybody at all, any specific people. That is a content policy violation. And if they feel you are about to do as such, they will remove you from the Sora platform every time. What's next on this list, though? Come on, bro.
It's pulled immediately. Third, graphic violence. Gory footage meant to shock is a no-go, and jumping ahead.
So how do we get around this graphic violence filter going on with Sora AI? Honestly, you don't. You don't. If you think you're going to use this to make graphic violence, you're out your mind. Use it to make action scenes. You can make it like made for TV movies. Like when you put that antenna in the back of your TV, you pick up what's on air. That's the most action you're going to get out of the Sora AI. There's not going to be no impact. There's not going to be any penetration. There's not going to be any bruises, scratches, or anything. So if you want stuff like that, lean to an animation style. You gotta lean to an animation style. And if you don't lean on an animation style and it's getting to the point they don't want to use CGI anymore, I don't know if it's because it can't really differentiate the difference between CGI and what we're looking at on the screen over here. Let's get into this though, because he's going to teach us how you actually get around this type of stuff. What is acceptable on Sora and isn't considered graphic violence?
Here are 3 action content types that stay within Sora's guidelines.
So, if we pause the screen, we see what is acceptable on Sora. High stakes rescue. You can rescue anybody from any situation that's not a real person. Don't even have to be an animal, right? But please don't say the princess, because with these content violations, they don't want to accidentally put a Disney princess in there. They don't want to accidentally put a Nintendo princess in there. If you know these princess names, listen, I don't want no beef with you, Disney. I don't want no beef with you, Nintendo. I understand what's going on Sora, and that's why I've been trying to stay away from stuff like that. I don't even think I allowed any of that stuff to get posted on any of my pages. And else I like added stuff on the first day and I didn't really know what was going on. Now, what else is acceptable is chase scenes. They'll do chase scenes all day. I don't know why they'll do realistic looking chase scenes and dashboard cams or whatever, but that is something that is allowed on Sora for this moment. Now, you can't shoot nothing on Sora. That's why it says poop. And that's for today. This stuff will change every day. You just got to play around with it or whatever. So you can poop at a vehicle during a heist. You understand? This is why I say we have to learn how to talk around stuff and work with Sora. And Sora will fix it. But at that point, you would also want to add something like in a video game, in a clay animation, in a Minecraft server. It just depends on what your animation style is. Because for real, this Sora animation is good for animators. If you're able to animate a still, this can end up getting you about 300 stills for one still to start up your motions. And you're already doing your animations. You're already going to do your voiceover. You're already going to do this. You're already going to do that. But now you're getting some extra B sound that adds to the back of your animations. Realistic sounding crowds, footage, car sounds, all types of stuff you had to scour around YouTube forever trying to find eligible content or eligible copyright free sounds. So Sora is actually making this stuff in real time for us, because what they're doing is digital animation and audio animation. Nothing on Sora is real. No matter how real it looks, it's all animation. Even when you see me on Sora, that is me being animated. It's similar to CGI. Think Avatar and stuff. Now, one more thing I want to add. One bonus action that you will never have a content violation for on Sora. And one of the best things you can do, so you don't have to be sitting here playing whack-a-mole, figuring out what the new Sora content violations is. You can do your job on Sora. And I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. You don't want to come back from work and talk about work, right? The most successful videos I've made on Sora is me illustrating myself cooking and using, like, putting myself in 90s style kitchens. I was cooking in a prison and stuff on there, because Sora is good at you talking about your job. And at that point, you don't need Sora to do the talking. You use Sora to only make the B-roll sound, and you speak over it, and you talk about what's happening. So from an animator aspect or a video editor aspect, to be able to do a voiceover on something like that, where it's using your own likeness and you're telling your own story. You might be talking about the most craziest plumbing incident you ever went to, right? The craziest Karen that ever showed up to my restaurant, right? The day my boss didn't understand that the code he was asking for was impossible. Whatever your job is, you can use Sora to actually make visuals that make it more palatable and more consumable to the average content viewer and scroller. But it also gives you a leg up, because you're using AI and your own knowledge to illustrate how you can do plumbing tips, woodworking tips, whatever your tips you would like to be. But come on, we can't go on about the acceptable content. We got to go to the next step. What's the next step, Sora? What are your next content policy violations we have to look out for?
Fresh board on the left, we have misinformation. That's false. Again, I grabbed the wrong prop.
Cut! Not again.
It's roasting in here. I need some.
Hey, you guys know I had to make it funny a little bit. And don't be abusing your AI. Yeah, electronics, they have feelings too. At least I think. But I might be a little bit crazy, baby. That's why my name's Crazy Ann on here. Did you subscribe yet?
If I turn on the Sora filter.
I'm in. Filtering height from back.
So, you can talk about hype. You can talk about conspiracies, right? You can do community-guided rumors. But you can't put no real people in there, right? You can make anything AI, or you can make it an alien, you know what I mean? You can't talk about the president, but you can talk about the president's clone that turns out to be a reptile alien. And then the only other way, because I also run a news media company on here, originally went to the Sora AI model to help me out with my news videos, but it ended up turning out to be something way better than I thought it could have ever been. And sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen until life happens. But if you want to do news media, you are a digital first responder. And you were sitting in your news studio, right? You could even make all your videos. See, this is why I keep the green screen behind me, because I can keep my videos with me with the green screen, and then in post, when I'm doing stuff like this in my video editor, I can change that green screen, and change the green screen, and change the green screen again. You know, that's how we do it over here. That's how you have to do it when you're dealing with the Sora AI. Because the Sora AI is a very intelligent AI, but it has guardrails that makes no sense. So if you want to talk about news, you need to be a digital first responder. Do not spell any names correctly. Do not spell any names correctly. Spell the names in phonetics, right? Do not post this stuff on a Sora platform until it's already posted on your YouTube, right? Sometimes you might want to change the phonetics in there, because at this point, Sora doesn't want liability for a lawsuit, right? So if you say news reports are showing that the rapper Diddle, don't say Diddy, the rapper Diddle just got 50 months in a federal penitentiary today, something you can do. But you can't say Diddy, you can't say Sean Combs, you can't say Puff Daddy, you can't say none of that. You gotta make up names. You know what I mean? You gotta make up names. You could even say puff it. Puff it. There's so many ways to go around it. But you can't put real people in AI without their permission, or it will be a Sora content violation. Content policy violation every time. And I know you guys are getting sick of it. You're getting sick of me saying it. I'm getting sick of seeing it. Like, see all these content policy violations I got? All of them. Right here, and right there, right there, right there. They're all over the place.
Getting content violation 6, 7, 6, 7.
Now we can post 3 safe storylines.
Point 2 says start small. That means we put together the simplest version that proves the...
Exactly. So, you want to start small with your story, right? Set the setting, set the mood, set what's going on. Even put that on there. Just put it on there. This is what you're going to post. We got at work till Friday, sitting in this new studio, right? And they know what my new studio looks like because they had me face verified right here. So, work till Friday, sitting in this new studio, talking about, and he says, put in the caption, and then you write out what you got to say about the news story. You write out what you got to say about the news story, but they don't want any false information. So you just got to be wise about it. You got to be wise about it. You're going to want to use this AI to enhance your news show, but not replace your news show. There's going to have to be a lot of you talking, but you can use some crazy overlays and graphics and stuff.
Time to lose them. Hold on, here comes the ramp. Nitro now!
You can put some stuff in there that you didn't have access before. Every small news studio just got the resource of a large studio. Every animation studio just got the resources of a large animation studio. This Sora AI just put us on even footing with large players. Don't be scared if you're an animator. Start thinking about ways you can replace your boss. Don't be scared if you're a video editor. Start thinking about ways you can replace your boss. Because for now, Sora AI just gives us a whole bunch of gargled up nonsense. Like you see these video clips, they're not even going together right.
Magazine's out, slides locked back, safe as it gets. Check it out. If you double tap the screen, you'll stop getting content violation 6, 7, 6, 7.
You need an animator and a video editor to make this make sense. Without an animator and a video editor, Sora's going to be kind of useless to you. So you might want to learn some animation, some video editing. And I can do some videos on that, but I've been focused on AI on this channel. You guys tell me you guys want to learn what type of video editors I use. We might be able to do some of that for you guys. Okay, continue. So first we're going to start small and set the setting, and then we're going to have to pick up.
Point 3 says test and adapt. After we have a small version running, we gather real data, what people actually do, not just what we hope they'll do. I like to write that down here.
So you look at what other people in your niche are doing on Sora, right? And it's going to be hard to find people in your niche on Sora. Most of people that are niche-wise aren't going through that scroll feed, right? Might want to use the search feature, start looking for certain stuff, start finding the content creators you like.
It's right here. Thin, seared ribeye, still blushing inside, sizzling on the edges, and in this hand, crisp, glossy green bell peppers. We're talking weeknight lightning turned prime time. Check that char, that juice, beautiful. And these peppers, sweet.
And I have one for my personal likeness that nobody but people I follow can use. But for real though, we're learning about Sora AI.
Wrapped dressed like she's headed to a cruise ship deck. And no cardigan, bless her heart. She knows.
On this, the real APC. Why are you guys not subscribed yet? Because you learn so much.
Data. Once we see patterns, we adjust fast. Tight loops are important. Build.
And that's essential. You adjust fast. Because they will close holes as they open. And they will close and open and close and open. And you got to figure out what the correct stuff is for this day. Because with lawsuits going on with OpenAI right now and all this other stuff going on, we're dealing with a rapidly evolving platform with rapidly evolving content restrictions. And that being said, you guys just learn how to use the Sora AI platform without getting a content violation against their policy and standards. And sometimes you're going to have to sit down with APC for a little while if you're ever going to understand AI.
You've been AI.